Hello everybody, it's Nicola here. Welcome back to some more Dragon Quest IX Sentinels of the Starry Skies. Last time we set out to defeat the White Knight and did so and found out a little bit more about him and his circumstances. So turns out he's from somewhere called Brigadoom and we intend to find that place. So today we're going to be heading out of Stormway to do just that. Before we head out though, I just want to show you that I've re-equipped my characters. I figured it was time I got rid of my Celestrian attire, so I got myself some new clothes, and I think that's about everything except for I equipped Ricky with the iron gauntlets that we found after defeating the White Knight. So we're all ready to go here. We are heading up north for our next point of call. However, just before we do so, I want to very quickly head over to Eastern Stornway, specifically this little patch down here which we were avoiding before, because there's some quite tough enemies and a weird mixture of enemies from the surrounding areas. So what I'm actually going to do is just use a holy water because I do not want to encounter anything right here. There's a particularly tough enemy which appears on the beach, which is what I'm actually avoiding, but we'll get to him soon enough. He's not that far into the future. But I wanted to come over here because on this lower portion of the beach you can actually have an item spawn point, which isn't here for me right now just because sometimes if you've only just turned the game on, the spawn points haven't registered. But along this part of the beach here you can usually find some seashells. Anyway, this is the enemy I was avoiding, so let's continue to do so. And we'll just get back on track here, heading up north like I said we were going to. But yeah, just item spawn points are kind of a bit finicky. Certain save files prefer certain spawn points, so sometimes you may get more or less of an item if you compared it to someone else's save file. Also, the longer you've been playing the game in one sitting, the more likely they are to spawn. So because I turn my game on and off quite a lot, there might not always be item spawns waiting for me, but I will still point them out regardless, so no big worries there. If I need more later, it's very much in your favour to just leave your console on for a while, and the stuff should spawn in just fine. Anyways, we're heading up Pathlock Storn here, so in a familiar territory as before. Right here is where you can find the Chimera spawns, which haven't come back for me yet, which is not surprising. But anyways, if we head up these little steps here, we actually appear in a new area which is still called Zere, but it's slightly different. We get different monsters here. Another item spawn point is in this cow pen. You can find cow pats right here. I do not have the item spawn, and to be honest I'm not terribly disappointed about that because it's kind of gross, but yeah, that's another item spawn point for cow pats, which is, as I've said before, a crafting ingredient. And here we go, I've got some spawn points now. Here we can find some antidotal herbs in this poison pool, which I think this is the first time we've encountered terrain damage, so if you're running through poison or lava or things like that, your characters will actually take damage, so just something to be a little bit careful of. But before we do anything else, let's take on some of the new monsters that we can find around here, starting with this guy. So here we have the Brownie. Erratic enemies that can attain an instant state of high tension only to topple over and go off the boil. Vulcan bowyers often take them on camping trips and trick them into tapping in their tent pegs for them. That's kind of funny. Anyway, we want to take this guy out first for sure because he can be quite dangerous if he hits you. Similar to the Hammerhood, he has very low accuracy, but if he does hit, he will get a critical. On top of that, he can raise his tension a lot, like you just saw there, so they're kind of dangerous to leave around for too long. But we'll just carry on taking out this gastropod who we saw last time. Speaking of tension, I can also show you how Aegon works, because we learned that from Patty and I don't think we actually went over it. So that might be a good time to do so. There's a few sort of returning enemies around here, like the Meowgician and such. So I'm just gonna run around for a little bit and encounter the enemies that we need to find. In fact, no need to wait, here is one of them. Here we have the Boffin Badger. Badgers with large leaves and the gift of the groove. Their moves are admired by many in the monster world. They'd rather be dancing than doing battle, so they beat their bellies like bongos to try and get travelers tapping their toes too. Alright, I have some dancing badges here. Anyway, we can use Egon, which is a good thing to use on your party members who are very good at attacking. So let's egg on Ricky and just attack with everyone else. So increasing tension essentially increases how much damage they do, and it can go from 5 to 20 to 50 and potentially to 100, at which point the character will have achieved maximum tension. Oh no, Ricky's caught up in the groove and starts to boogie! Our tension! Dang it, Ricky, why you gotta dance? Alright, well we'll try again, see if we can get him to do it. So maximum tension essentially means you let out one massively powerful hit, but it takes time to build up the tension, so whether or not it's worth it is very situational. But for right now I'd like to at least get Ricky to get hit off here. Alright, here we go. It blocked the attack with its shield. I guess the game really doesn't want me to demonstrate how good tension is. Alright, we'll try it in a different battle, friends, don't you worry about it. At least I got the finishing blow. Gosh darn it. This is kind of funny though. Anyways, let me continue to look for new enemies here. I'm hovering around in the forest because we have some enemies that prefer the greener areas, so just give me a second and I will be back. Okay, here we have the Drakmage. Green forest-dwelling Drakkies who deftly dodge attacks, then strike back with Kasap. They're quite short-sighted and often shower shrubs and other similarly sized green things with greetings and good cheer. So here we have kind of an upgrade to the Drakkie. Here he is using Kasap. So that actually decreases, or potentially decreases, everyone in the party's defense, so it can be a little bit scary. We also have a Record Reaper in the mix here, so he's doing some quite big damage to the party. So let's try and take out the Drakmage first. There we go, perfect. Good job, Sakura. And Ricky getting some big hits in as well. We'll try the tension thing out still, preferably when there's only one enemy in the battle. Jeez, it's kind of ridiculous. Ooh, a treasure chest with some linen gloves. It's kind of nice. Alright, well we still have one more enemy to fight, so once again I will be right back. So after a little bit of running around, I couldn't actually find the enemy that I wanted to find, so we're just going to cover it in the next area, which will be happening very soon, so no need to worry about that. Anyways, let's head into this little place here, which is actually the town of Zere. Much like Angel Falls, it's a very small place, and it's very pretty. I would love to live here. Oh, we didn't often get visitors all the way out here. Welcome to Zere. Our beloved tree is in bloom at the minute, so you've come at a good time. Just make yourself at home, eh? Alright, will do, thank you. They have an inn here. We can also head down the well. I think there's some, yeah, there's loads of item pots down here. So we'll see if we get any medicinal herbs or anything cool. Man, I really like my new blue outfit. Looks very cool. Alright, we got actually quite a few things from that. Just little bits and bobs, every little helps, you know. And we can actually go under the tree here. Hello. I'm sorry you've happened across this horrible hole, but please be kind, it's my home. It's hard not having any money, but I do my best not to let being poor get me down. But I'm starting to lose hope. You couldn't give me a bit of support, could you? Just to get me out of this rut I'm in? I don't mean financial support, all I need is you to cheer me on a bit, inspire me to keep going, you know? Let's cheer her on. And we actually learn a new party trick, which is super cute. Thanks so much for cheering me on, I really needed a bit of a boost. You're an angel, you really are. Well, funny you should say that. I'll be alright now, I feel on top of the world. Aw, well that's really nice. Anyway, you can find lots of little places to learn party tricks throughout the game. Cat, please. I know. Alright, anyways, we can take a little look around here. There's not a huge amount to see, but it's very pretty what there is to see. I know! It looks like it was an impressive statue once, but now it's crumbling and broken. Oh, that's a shame. I wonder which guardian guarded this place. Speaking of cats, there's a little kitty! It's a little cute kitty. Isn't that sweet? There's also a little item shop here. We don't need to pick up any items though, we're pretty good for equipment. And of course there's a church as well where we can save our progress. Yeah, the tree is very pretty. You can walk all the way around it right here, get quite a good view. It's very nice. Anyways, let's head down here and we'll go into this little house. Weesh, Delana, there you go again, blethering about the old days. I was actually a wee bit jealous of you back then, Petra. Aye? Oh, we've company. Welcome, welcome. Hello ladies, just give me 1 second while I ruin all of your pottery. Okay, hi, how are you doing? The lady who used to work at the castle. That'd be Alana you're talking about. That's her, sitting just opposite. Hello. Hi, that's right, I used to look after Princess Simona. Why'd you ask? You wanted to hear the nursery rhyme I used to sing her when she was small. Well, I can't deny a request like that now, can I? You'll sing along with me, won't you, Petra? The right night ditty? Aye, I could sing that in my sleep. Giddy up, and away he goes. The right knight sets off on his steed, in search of evil he rides. If he can defeat the terrible beast, he'll be home to wed his bride. The town is full of laughter, preparing a feast fit for a queen. Oh, but then disaster! The right knight's nowhere to be seen. Bird north, Brigadoom ward on, tell her that her night is gone. Bird north, Brigadoom ward on, tell her that her night is gone. Well, that's the song, dearie. I hope it was to your liking. I hope you don't mind me asking, but why would you come all this way just to hear an old nursery rhyme? Oh, so you want to find Brigadoom, do you? In that case, I'd pay attention to the part about the bird flying north. Why don't you try heading north yourself and see what you can find? Alright, will do. Thank you very much, ladies. Oh, look at this nice fire. There's a cupboard, but there's nothing in it, sadly. There's a publication called Stone Buffs Monthly. Nicola takes it from the shelf and has a closer look. A stone cold classic of a 29th edition. We visit the world's quarries and reveal the top 100 rocks that knock the others stone dead. Wow, what a fascinating sounding read that is. Anyways, we have our information here, so yeah, let's go and head north. There's not much else to do here in this little place, aside from admire how pretty it is, of course. Somebody help me! Ah, we're done for! Help! Help! Why do you run from me? I just want to talk with you. I mean you no harm. Denny gave me that. I saw that witch in the woods looking out for you, did. Real piece of work she was. Red eyes a-blazing and all. Asked me if I'd seen her slave, the White Knight, so she did. That's you, I'd wager. You're her slave, you not? Do I look like a witch's slave to you? I've never heard anything so ridiculous. It's Nicola, is it not? What are you doing here? You've been trying to find out more about Brigadoom. You really didn't need to go to such trouble on my account. So, were you able to learn anything? The right knight. Yes, that's what they call me back in Brigadoom. However did you find that out? Surely not, there's a song about me? This is all very odd. Surely I'm not just a figment of a storyteller's imagination. Bird north, Brigadoom ward on. That's the only clue there was in the song? Then I suppose there's nothing for it but to follow the bird's example. Northward ho! Alright, off he goes. Geez, you're very dramatic. It's the truth, I swear to you. I met some scary witch like Besm in the woods who was looking for that White Knight character. told her I knew nothing about him, and she awayed and flew off into the sky. You have to believe me. Yeah, maybe. I mean, gosh. That sounds pretty scary if it's true. Anyways, we can head a little bit further on here, so let us do so. Let us head north, much like the White Knight. Or perhaps the Right Knight. Who knows? So yeah, we picked up our antidotal herbs from the little spot there, but we can go even further north. So this is actually a new area called Doomingdale Forest, and we have some more enemies to fight, so let's get straight to it. Here we have a Ram Raider. These rampant rams will do nothing but nut you, but you do well to defend yourself when their tension is high. They faithfully follow their father's advice to get their heads down and charge headlong into all that life hurls at them. Alright, let's fight this guy with the evening sky in the background. That's kinda cool. Can do a fair amount of damage here, so you might need to heal up kinda soon. That's okay, we can do that. That's what Sakura's for, of course. And myself, I can do healing spells at this point, which is good. 30 gold coins for that guy. Anyways, well, here's another enemy. Let's get straight into it, why not? Before we go exploring here. Oh my gosh, 3 of them. So many. Anyways, the new monster here is the Bodkin Fletcher. Forest hunters who can call on more of their kind in a pinch to pepper foes with poisoned arrows. Their arrowheads are doused in the bubble slime's deadly dribble, and they must take great care not to get it on their hands. Yeah, I can imagine that'd be kinda troublesome. Anyways, I'm just gonna do some attacks here. I don't think we'll need to heal with Sakura, but we might need to do an emergency heal depending on who these enemies target. So the arrows have the potential to poison, which does additional damage every turn essentially. But hopefully we can take these guys out without too much trouble. Sakura is very injured, so I might need to heal her on my turn here because I'm more likely to go first. So let's do a heal on Sakura and attack with everyone else. Oh gosh, that could have been real close if that was Sakura. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I'm gonna heal when I get out of this battle. Alright, Ricky, almost there. Just one more round of hits should do it. There we go, Roxy took it out. Lots of experience for that one. Alright, level 8. Awesome. Some more skill points they'll be holding on to, as per usual. We might get level 8 on everybody here. Sakura learns Buff, which will increase one party member's defense, so that's kinda cool. And Roxy, also level 8. Once again, just holding on to those skill points. 104 gold coins as well, wow. That's pretty good. Alright, before we get entangled in too much here, I'm gonna heal. Go to spells and Sakura, and she can do a little heal on Roxy. And also a little heal on Ricky as well. We actually want to progress up this area here, but the Ram Raiders are kind of in the way, so we'll just do some sneaky sneaks. They are actually kind of easy enemies to dodge because they charge in a straight line. But anyways, up here we have an item spawn point for some manky mud, and also, very conveniently, a new enemy to fight. Here we have Cumulus. Companionable clouds who crowd around their victims and clobber them with constant facefuls of frizz. Amalgamations of the ominous air that amasses in upper atmosphere, forming foul, ferocious clouds. Alright, and we have 3 of them to hit here, so let's see how we do. Alright, they're doing some raising of tension, which is fine. Maybe now would be a good battle to actually show us using our egg on successfully. That would be real nice. We'll hopefully take out 1 or 2 here just to make the enemies a little less, because fighting 3 enemies is quite a lot for at once. So look, here we'll do an egg on Ricky and see what happens if we can pull it off here. I really like casting Frizz on Roxy, turns out. Oh, Well, once again, I guess I'm going to be thwarted by the game not wanting me to show a successful Aegon. But I've just hit level 10 and learned the spell Evac, which means I can teleport instantly out of a dungeon, which is really helpful. It's essentially what the item the Evacuebell does, but in spell form. So that's really good. But anyways, have no fear friends, we have one more chance to show off this stupid Aegon move and see if we can get it to work. So let's try it out on this last enemy here. The skeleton. The remains of robust warriors. They hit hard with Helm Splitter and cannot be defeated with death spells. Deceased soldiers who faithfully patrol through the ruins of Brigadoom, though their king is long dead and his kingdom a mere mystery. Alright, here we go. These are actually kind of tough, so I'd like to take out one if possible here. Because they can do a fair amount of damage. Oh no, he's focused on Roxy. Ouch! Like I said, a fair amount of damage, so hopefully we can take out one here. Go on, Ricky! Alright, good hero pawn. Okay, so I'm going to do an Aegon on Ricky, defend with Roxy. So defend actually halves any incoming damage, so if the character's in trouble, defending is a very good idea. I'm going to heal Roxy with Sakura and then do an attack with Ricky, which should hopefully be an Aegon attack. Hopefully. Alright. Do a heal as well. There we go. Good job. There we go. We did it. Alright, let's just keep on attacking normally here. Skeleton Bee is defeated. Fantastic. Alright, got a lot of gold for that. They drop a lot of gold actually, so that's good. So for right now we can go into super stealth mode and avoid all the monsters just because I've covered everything there is to cover and I don't fancy doing any extra battles at the moment. So I'm just going to take this long winding path around because we actually have another item that we can find. Taking a bit of poison damage, but it's okay, I can do a heal after with Sakura just like before. If we make it all the way around here, we kind of come to this area with this little raised up part, and this item spawn right here is a mini medal. Gosh dang it! Alright, anyways, like I was saying, you can find a mini medal up here and it's actually kind of a cool area. We're right on the edge of the landmass here. So with that, we're actually ready to progress into the next area, which just so happens to be a fully fledged dungeon area. So let me head round to that place and we can just end the video off. So funnily enough, where we're heading is that really dark, spooky blob on the map right up here. So I'm gonna stop right here, right outside, gonna do a little heal with Sakura. In fact, actually, I'm gonna use my medicinal herbs if I have any. Yeah, we have a couple here. This will make more sense later, but to summarize it, there's basically an achievement type thing for using a bunch of medicinal herbs, so I'm using them up while I can right now because they're at their most efficient early on in the game with them only healing around 30 hit points, so I'm making the most of that right now. But anyways, the party is fully healed, so we're ready to take on the dungeon next time. So hopefully that's going to be a little bit more exciting. This was kind of a quiet part today. So next time we'll actually be able to have the conclusion of the White Knight story, which will be good. Alright, thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you next video.